Something about Repo-Market. Repo-Market, or what is Repo-Market? Repo-Market is basically, repo means repurchase agreement. I think those you guys who are doing banking, corporate banking, I think you should know.
Hello, Mr. Nicholas. How are you today?
I am very good. Nice to see you all again. Nice to see you, bro.
Yeah.
How's your weekend? Hope your
Yeah,
weekend
this is nice. Good. And what's the topic today about the technology?
Okay. Today we have a good weather first of all. Okay. Today we are going to talk something a little bit about some things that we have never known, or rather we know about it, but we have never actually studied it. Yeah. So it's something that is not a new term, but it's the first time we actually go and look at what it means. Yeah. So it is something about Repo-Market. Repo-Market, or what is Repo-Market? Repo-Market is basically, repo means repurchase agreement. I think those you guys who are doing banking, corporate banking, I think you should know, right? So okay, JPMorgan, they are actually using custom blockchain to conduct intraday repurchase agreement totaling billions of dollars, right? So it's an advance that has helped persuade Goldman Sachs Group to join the new digital market early next year. So these banking guys, they are going on blockchain to do Repo-Market now. Yeah, so let me explain a little bit what repurchase agreement is all about. It is actually a form of short-term borrowing for dealers in government securities in case of repurchase agreement, right? So in case of this repo dealings, the dealer sells government securities to investors.
Yeah.
Right. So it is basically they sell and then they repurchase back, something like that.
Yeah, this is repurchase, right?
So they sell government securities to investors, usually on overnight basis. So while you and I are sleeping, everyone is sleeping, they are doing this. So that is where they get this interest rate from, I believe. Yeah. So they buy them back the following day at a slightly higher price. That's the small difference in price. That small difference in price is the implicit overnight interest rate. Yeah. So that's why it says here. So for you guys who are thinking, why do banks always every day they have this interest rate? How do they determine this interest rate, right? So this is a little bit of about this repurchase agreement. And then if you want to know more, I believe you go on Google, go on search engine, you search it up. I think you'll be able to get very detailed answer. So what I'm telling you is just something very brief, right? Yeah. So in this scenario where JPMorgan is involved in the Repo-Market, so this repo trades swap digitized US Treasury bonds for JPM coin. JPM coin, I guess it's JPMorgan coin. Yeah, as we all know, JPMorgan has been into blockchain since a couple of years back, and then they have their own blockchain. Yeah, they have their own blockchain. Yeah. So the blockchain-based representation of US dollars held in a bank account, that is JPM coin, right? So of course the head of market for T.e.l.e.g.r.a.m technology, T.e.l.e.g.r.a.m distributed ledger technology, right? So they say they are actually very optimistic about this product, and they are probably going to begin offering this to their customers as well. So of course other banks and broker dealers are also expected to join in the wave when all these guys are into it. Imagine you are Goldman Sachs, I am JPMorgan. If I'm into it, you'll be thinking you don't want to lose out, right? So you want to begin as well. So it is more or less all across the industry, not just private banks, retail banks, government banks, and a lot of any other banks you can think of. So right here in Singapore, we have, I believe OCBC was the first one to actually use blockchain to transfer money. I think they transferred money a couple of years back, 2-3 years back, from Singapore to KL. So it took them about 3 minutes or a few minutes to make the transaction. But that was the start, that was the beginning, right? So thereafter, after we read about OCBC, after we read about, there's this bank in India called ICICI Bank.
ICICI
Bank. I didn't know. I read about it and this is so banks like this, banks like them, they are already gone on the trail. So follow suit with other banks all across the world, right? So this Repo-Market is actually worth $2.3 trillion, right? So of course this is a big thing for blockchain industry. So of course to digitize and upgrade all these things, these upgrades provide the ability to for JPMorgan, and they are using this smart contract on Ethereum-based blockchain that allows cash and treasuries to be returned instantaneously, right? So that's a very fast, very quick process. Not just talking about this bond and everything, but if you're going to transfer crypto from your wallet to my wallet, it's just a very quick thing, very, very short time duration. So next, we are going to talk a little bit about AI, artificial intelligence, right? So of course, over here we will touch a little bit on what can AI do for you and I. Yeah, so of course, if you look at the goal of having AI, what is the goal of having AI? Of course, a lot of big companies, they want to have this AI to be able to impact life, to be able to change the society, to be able to change how you and I live our life, to change how you and I use our money, to change how you and I do shopping, or to change how you and I clean our tables and chairs, right? So maybe a few videos ago, we were talking about iRobot. Will Smith, the movie by Will Smith, he's a leading actor. So imagine the robots inside the movie comes into reality in our modern day life, or maybe a couple of years in the future or something like that. That could happen because the AI that we are talking about is progressing and is becoming better and better, right? So the goal of AI is to make human lives easier in various ways. So maybe we talk a couple of ways. So with the help of our AI, the way we shop, the way we do online shopping, we choose our product, or when you log on into your account, instead of them asking you what do you want, or what are you looking for, what product are you looking for, the AI basically just telling you, come, there are these few products that is for you. Which one do you want to pick? Because they look at your shopping habit and say, hey, this guy, he bought this before, he bought this before, he bought this before. So I'm going to show him all these products and maybe products that are similar to that, and then he will make a choice. So today we are at Starbucks. So wow, I'm talking very loudly. So cut a little bit here. Yeah. So the waiting staff will come and say, hey sir, good afternoon sir, what do you want to have for your order today? They give you the menu and then you choose and say, can I have this? Or for that, the waiting staff, maybe she's a new staff. Maybe she comes every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. You don't know. Yeah. But the thing is, they don't know what you want. So they have to ask you every time they meet you. They ask you. Whereas what AI can do is that make sure as you come, they already have all this prepared for you. Which one do you want? Yeah, so that's AI. That's how it can influence and impact the way we do our shopping, the way we order our food in the future. Even right now, I think if you go to, but they are only at a very low level of using technology. But I believe it will advance further and progress further. So the next generation of AI. Okay, I think I have already explained this thing. Yeah. So the next is the wearable devices, right? So now you have all this AR, VR, AR, whatever. So that can be upgraded to the next level where you can, I don't know. Now they are wearing that thing inside the room, right? So maybe they'll I don't know, somehow they make a new AI VR or whatever, and then you can wear it walking everywhere you go and you won't bump into anything. Not like, unlike, what's that movie? Mr. Bean, right? No, I remember I think it's Mr. Bean or something like that. Or was it Johnny English or something? I think it was Johnny English, yeah. So he was wearing it, yeah. It's just really funny.
Johnny,
Yeah. So one more way, which is very important. I mean, AI can be used to detect diseases early. So like if you doesn't have any symptom, but if you go to the doctor and they use this very advanced AI equipment and they detect something at a very, very early stage. So you can actually have an option to want to go for early treatment and things like that. So it saves your life in a very painless way. Instead of getting up to stage 2, 3, 4, and then you start to begin all the treatment, I think that's a lot of suffering. Yeah. So the healthcare system will stand to benefit a lot from all this AI advancement. So of course, what enables this advancement? Machine learning, deep learning.
Yeah,
so they learn your habit, they learn the patterns, they learn how things goes all the while, and then they give you something better, right? So one more thing, cyber security. Yeah, so cyber security is something that has plagued a lot of people. So I mean, if you do online shopping, you will definitely have your phone number, your name, your email address, your credit card number, all this on. So you need cyber security, and I believe that AI is the answer for the future of cyber security. In terms of using security bots and all this, I believe they are able to filter fake accounts, filter duplicate accounts, filter potential threats and all this. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of ways AI can do in cyber security area, right? So yeah, so I think that's for all. Any thoughts?
So now you share information about banking.
Yes.
I see recently the NS company need to approve the license for the banking system, especially with the DBS. You can see we can use the casino banking on DBS to buy the cryptocurrency.
Yes. Yeah, it was recently just announced. I think it was last week or the
last week.
They announced that. So by the way, if you are watching from outside Singapore, DBS is the development bank of Singapore. They are pretty the thunder. They are telling you crypto is good. Okay, DBS Bank is one of the top banks, probably the number 1, number 2, or number 3 bank in Singapore. So we have UOB, we have DBS, we have OCBC, we have a couple of other banks. These are the banks that Singaporeans go to. People in Singapore, we go to this bank. Yeah, so for DBS Bank to come up with this crypto, it allows customers to buy crypto, right? Yeah, with their app or account or something like that. With their account. Yeah, so if the bank is allowing people to buy crypto, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I mean, we are progressing. Yeah, so I believe that I don't think we are the first country to do that, or even if we are, I think a lot of other countries will follow. Yeah, so I'm hoping to see more of this in Southeast Asia. Yeah, in Southeast Asia we have Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore. I don't think Cambodia is so fast yet.
Indonesia.
Yeah, Indonesia, yes, they are pretty fast in terms of tech in city level. Yeah, you see Jakarta, they have something like a Silicon Valley kind of thing. That's what I think, because there's for the past few years there are a lot of startups coming up from Jakarta. Yeah, so I think there's a lot of potential in Jakarta in terms, because they are a city with I think 20 million people or something like that. I may be wrong, but let me find out. Give me a few seconds. Jakarta, RTA population. So Jakarta, they have 10 million people. Yeah. So Singapore, we only have 5.6 million. So, but the whole country, Jakarta, Indonesia, they have 270 million people, something like that, in terms of whole complete population. So Jakarta is just one of the major cities. They have 4 major cities. Let me try to remember them. Surabaya is one of them. Let me Google. Major city. So they have Jakarta, Surabaya, Bandung, Medan. Yeah, Medan is what I know. Bandung and Bekasi, I don't know where it's at. Yeah, so these are the 4 or 5 very big cities in Indonesia. So there's a lot of potential for Indonesia in terms of crypto adoption and all this. Remember the guy that I met? We met at our last year. I cannot remember his name. But anyway, this guy we met from Indonesia. He's living in Singapore. They have a company in Jakarta that's dealing with crypto, basically crypto. Yeah. So that was like 2 years ago when they started out. So yeah, that's probably quite. If we know only this guy, I believe that at least a dozen of people who are into crypto over in Jakarta as well. Yeah. So Vietnam, I think they have already, even the government is going on to blockchain. So Thailand, I think definitely, because Thailand is pretty far forward in the Indo-China region. And Myanmar and Cambodia, let's talk about them later. I think they are not quick enough, possibly because of their situation. I think they are still considered third world, right? I think so. Yeah, so in Southeast Asia, these are the few that are pretty advanced. There's Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand. Yeah. Myanmar, Cambodia, and Laos. These are the 3 that are still anonymous to me. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they have. Yeah. Hopefully they have something too. Yeah, so that's all I have for today. Any other things you want to share with us?
That's I think let's talk about the
Bitcoin price.
The Bitcoin price, because next 7 days is 20 or it's coming. And as we say last month, we say on November 20, the price is young. Now it's a little bit young.
It's 19,000 now.
Yeah.
So
let's see. Let's wait for 7 days to see if the price can do a sideways or jump down. Yeah.
So I was just telling, because previously we had a video. We were talking about whether can it reach 20,000 and how far can it go after they reach 20,000. So we were actually talking about once it reached 20,000 USD, it will probably move up to 24 or 25,000. That's the max I thought they will go. But apparently they didn't reach 20,000. They are only reaching 19,000, 18,000, 19,000. And the last few days, last weekend, it went down to 17,000 or something.
No, the beginning of this week is dropped about 18,000.
Yeah. So at the end of Friday, it went down to 17,000.
Yeah.
And then beginning of this week, 18,000. Now it's 19,000. So it's kind of like going this way. So I was telling him, 3 years ago we have a peak at 20,000. So this time we have a peak rather 19,000 or 20,000. So now we are almost reaching 19,000 and 20,000. It's still there. It's still at this level. So can it actually reach? I'm beginning to doubt. Yeah. So if this time the highest pick is 19,000, maybe the next move will be lower. I think so.
So let's cross your figure to see. Okay,
Yeah.
see you guys for next.
Thank you all for watching, and we see you all again very soon.